Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. I got an interesting request in one of the comment sections today. They told me how much they enjoyed the flea market find videos that we've been posting on our channel, and they asked me for some tips for finding them, what to look for in terms of flea market reels for the novice or the beginner, and how do you know you can get a good deal on a reel kind of thing. So what I thought I would do is I would try to answer the question, how do you find a reasonable, dependable reel, by showing you some examples of reels that have been accumulated over time and things that you should be looking for if you're in the market for a used reel and you're uncertain as to whether a particular reel that a vendor is offering is a good one or not, right? Of course, if you ask the vendor, they're all good ones. And to some extent they are. If they are all complete and functional, then it's a good reel, and it all depends on your use and planned intended uses for the reel as to whether it'll suit your purposes or not. So let's just assume for a moment that you're in the market for a fishing reel. You find yourself at a yard sale or a flea market or the like. You come up on a table that has a variety of reels and you're trying to select which one is the best. Well, I have long had a kind of a bias when somebody asks me that question, what's going to last me, what's a good reel or a good reel manufacturer. I usually limit my selections. I limit my selections to Penn, Daiwa, Shimano, and Abu. And beyond that, I know that there are great reels by a whole host of other manufacturers, but to the person that's looking for a reel for the first time and trying to find one that's going to be dependable, well, these have stood the test of time. One that's going to be supported. Most of these have the parts availability to them should they break, and one that should give you days and days of good service without the worry that the reel is going to break down. And the other part of it is, if you are looking at a flea market and you start with an inexpensive reel that's got wear on it, chances are that that's going to fail sooner than if you start with a reel that was relatively expensive or medium priced, that is depreciated over time because of the use of the reel, but it's still fundamentally a good reel. So let's just do a couple of quick looks here. And while I get started on this premise, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe to my channel, please hit the notification buttons. Most of the time we're talking about how to keep these reels tuned up, how to service and repair them. But today we're just going to talk about acquiring them. And I've kind of limited my search to a typical find at a flea market that's probably going to run no more than $20 or $25 in a purchase. You can always go for the high-end stuff. You can always go for the low-end stuff. But dependable, reliable, good condition reel, probably expect around $20 to $25. So let's start with the reel. If you're into deep sea fishing, you're looking for a reel that's going to be a general purpose reel, one that's going to be dependable and last for some time to come. Well, I go to Penn for those. There's hundreds of thousands of Penn reels that have been made over time. I just pulled 3 of them, and the reason I pulled 3 of them is for the versatility of the reel, that it can be used in multiple fishing environments, and that it can serve you well over time. Well, one of them is the Penn Beachmaster series. This one is a 155. You can also get it in a smaller frame, a 160. This one is ideal for surf casting. It's also good for inshore, and it's good for light jigging. It has a low reel ratio in it, probably 3 to 1, so you don't want to do too much jigging and the like. But if you're looking for a reel to strap on the pole and drop it from a pier or a boat, or throw it from the shore, this is a good one. You'll find these every day under $20 in flea markets. If you're going deep sea fishing and you're going to be working the bottom, there's nothing better than a Penn Long Beach reel. This one is the Long Beach 60. It comes in a 65 version as well. You want to just make sure cosmetically that they're relatively clean. Don't go investing your money in something that's got a lot of greening or corrosion on it. Make sure that all your side plates and the like are intact, all the pieces are there, and that the reel functions. Last thing you want to do at a flea market if you're starting out is buy something that's broken and is going to require repair. That's not what this video is about. It's about a dependable reel in that $20 to $25 range that's going to serve you for a long time to come. The last one is a higher speed reel. It is the Penn Jigmaster reel. The Jigmaster is the 500 series. This one was made in the US, and this one holds more line and has a higher speed retrieve. It's perfect for jigging. It's good for casting off the beach, and it's good for pure drop fishing and for larger fishes. So the idea here is 3 different sizes, 3 different applications, all of them probably in that price range, and something that will last you for a long time to come. Well, that was the idea behind the ocean going boat reel, if you will. Let's turn our attention, if you're not into ocean fishing, or if you would prefer a spin fishing reel. Well, again, I'm going to recommend Shimano, Daiwa, or Penn, and I just picked a couple to show you the varieties of it. If you're going for a spinning reel, I picked this one because of size. One of the more versatile sizes is the 4000 or the 40 series reel. It's going to enable you to go deep, but it's also going to allow you to use some lighter line on it. Good for a lot of different applications. The most versatile size to me is the 5000. If you're going more for ocean fishing, you want the 6 or the 7,000. If you're going more for lake, the 4,000 is ideal. And of course, as you're inshore, the 3,000 is a better size, or the 30 size. This one happens to be the TX 400. This one has that easy cast feature. I always kind of get it wrong, but you can cast it without touching the bail. Here's an example of a Daiwa reel that's like this. This is a Daiwa long cast reel, again in that 40 size reel. And then we have a little bit, we pay a little bit more for this one, but this is the Shimano Sedona. There's a Daiwa Regal. They're all very good reels for the money. Again, for the most part, I think you'll probably find that Shimano and the Daiwa $15 to $20. You'll find the Sedona just a little bit higher in price. You can also find a good deal. Here's an older version of the Shimano Stratic at a 4000 size. That one will be a little bit more expensive. And then we were mentioning before a little bit step down here. Here's a Shimano that's a 2000. And these are good for lakes, ponds, river fishing, and inshore bay, back bay kind of fishing things. So my advice, if you're looking at the flea markets and you're looking for a fishing reel, general purpose is 4,000 or 5,000 size. Stay with the major manufacturers, Penn, Daiwa, Shimano, and that won't fail you. If you're looking for pond reels, well, that 2000 will fit you in the pond. I fish an awful lot with Shimanos. I have Shimano Sedonas in my stock, the ones that I go to all the time. But these are the ones that you're probably going to find the most of. They're great reels for pond fishing, and they're inexpensive. You can find these for probably $10. I think new they may have been selling for $20. This one is a Daiwa. This one is the Shimano FX series. There's a whole group of these that are rear drag fishing reels. They will last and last and last. But again, if you're at that flea market or the yard sale, then what you want to do for sure is make certain that it is turning easily, that the bails fire, that the drags are tight all around, and that there's nothing missing or broken on it. If that's the case, most of the time you can just take this home, clean it up, put it on a rod, and you are going to be fine. If it needs to be serviced, well, I've done a lot of videos on a lot of these reels. Bring it home and test yourself on the servicing of the reel beforehand. Finally, there's a host of bait casters out there, and this one's a little bit more unique. Again, the Japanese companies seem to have done the best job of bait casters. So stay with the Shimanos and the Daiwas. You're going to find that those, for the most part, are great. Abu also makes a nice bait casting reel. And the trick with the bait casting reels is to go to the prior generation or two. So if you're looking for that newest version of a Shimano or a Daiwa that's selling for $150, look to the reel that would have been its comparable reel, but maybe 8 or 10 or 12 years old. And a lot of times you're going to find these reels strapped to the fishing pole itself. A lot of times these are garage cleanouts. These are people that have given up fishing and have had the reels for a while. And like the others, just make sure that they all work. This one is a Shimano Bantam. And you're going to find these in left and right size drives. Figure out which one you want. Check all the features and functions. Make sure that the free spool works, that it clicks back when it's driven. Check for cleanliness. You don't want to buy one that's all full of dirt and junk and grease and that. Again, this is towards the novice approach of I want to get a reel and take it fishing. This isn't about rebuilding and resurfacing and restoring the reels as much as it is where do I find a good deal. So the reels I'm showing you, you can pretty much acquire for $10 to $20 at a flea market or a yard sale. Same thing here. This is an older version. I think this is the Daiwa. This is a Daiwa Mag Force, so this is like 3 or 4 generations old. But that's okay. As long as the features work and you're not sure what you're looking for in a reel and you don't want to spend a lot of money and you're not even sure if you're going to like fishing or not, grab one of these. It's only $10. And what it's going to tell you to do is you're going to learn whether you like the reel. You're going to find features and functions that are either important to you or not important at all. And when you're ready to buy new or to upgrade, you'll know what things you're going to be plus, I got to haves, and what things, I don't really care, not too much. So for example, this is an older one. It's a Mag Force. Do you need the mag for the casting? This one's got 3 ball bearings in it. It's got a flipper switch on it. It'll enable you to throw and have it automatically drop back. And it's a right-handed crank. So you can learn an awful lot for a small investment. String it up with line, take it fishing. If you don't like it, well, there's that flea market. You can always sell them back in. And here's another one. There's been a proliferation of these. These are the Abu Garcia Max reels. You'll find the Black Max, the Silver Max, and all kinds of Maxes in between. This is the Ultra Max. They weren't very expensive to start. They were about maybe $50 or $55 new. Used, you can figure it's going to be half price. And again, you can find these pretty much out there, like you can find those Daiwa spinning reels, or you can find the Penn ocean reels. They're all over the place because they made so many of them. They're dependable. They're inexpensive. Give them a try. See how you like them. And if you like them, keep using them. If you don't like them, if there's something that is bothering you about them, then you know what to look for with your next one. And then there's the old standby. Now this one you probably won't get for $25. It's probably going to be a little bit more to find the Abu Ambassadors, particularly the ones that were made in Sweden. That's because there's a collectability factor going on with these. But round bait casters like this, like the Daiwa Millionaire and others, you'll find Quantum Irons, for example. You'll find them out there. These are kind of a compromise, right? Or not a compromise, a hybrid. They go from the low-profile bait caster to the ocean reel. It's kind of that medium point. It's going to hold a little bit more line. It's going to be a nice casting reel. It's going to have inshore and offshore uses to it. And again, the more things you can use for a greater variety of fishing in a single reel, the better off you are when you start with that reel. So I hope that's been good advice to all of you. I showed you some examples. I'll just reiterate, if you're out there looking to find a reel to start fishing with, stay with the major manufacturers: Penn, Daiwa, Abu, Shimano. Make sure that the reel is complete and intact and working. You don't want to start with a broken reel or one that's ready to fail or has a failing part already. And you want to pick one that's suitable for your fishing. If you don't know what you're going for, then pick one that's got multiple uses, like this 155 that we talked about. It can be fished inshore, it can be fished offshore. You can use it for jigging and drop fishing. You can use it from a pier, and you can use it from the surf. If you're in that spinning line, again, find one that's a medium-sized reel, in this case the 4000. It's very versatile. You can use it oceans, you can use it deep lakes, off riverbanks, off piers, off of the surf. It's got a lot of different uses to it, and that'll help accommodate you as you're seeking to figure out which ones it is that you're going to like the best. Do you like fishing surf? Do you like fishing pier? Do you like drop fishing? And so on. That'll give you your best indication of what the right reel is. And then as you narrow your focus, take the notes, figure out what features you like, what features you don't like, and narrow your search accordingly. And the next time you're at a flea market, look to upgrade a little bit. Maybe you're going to find that 4000 Stratic out there for a little bit more, and you're going to say, okay, well, this one's smoother, it has a couple more ball bearings, I like the way it feels from a balance standpoint and from a weighting standpoint, and go from there. So to answer that question in a lot of words and a few examples, that's how you search for a reel that's going to suit you well, is going to be dependable, and is going to be reasonably priced at a flea market, yard sale, garage sale, tag sale, whatever we call them in your area. And I hope that that's proved to be informative. I'm always open for comments. I'm always open to have people leave their tips and what they find valuable, and how they narrow their searches in terms of flea market finds and the like. And if you have any of those, please leave them in the comments section. And finally, to our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you do. To everybody, please stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.